The Don't Tell Policy in AA by Roger C. There often seems to be an unofficial policy in Alcoholics Anonymous, especially for non-believers at AA meetings. Don't tell. It's a policy imposed by just a few, but rarely challenged. If you are an atheist, agnostic, humanist, or secularist, you had best keep your lack of belief in a deity to yourself. And yet, according to Bill W., AA is officially for everyone, regardless of their belief or lack of belief. Here's an example of the problem. John M. tells about how easily everyone accepts it when an AA speaker says, "I owe this to my higher power, whom I choose to call God." No problem here, John writes, and he continues, "However, a long-standing sober member of my home group once told me that when she was sharing at a closed meeting, she spoke of her higher power, whom I choose not to call God. The looks she got, the raised eyebrows, the shuffling of fannies in the chairs, indicated to her that her declaration was a problem for many in the room. At that moment, it felt to her as if she had uttered a blasphemy." Don't tell. That's the policy for non-believers in AA. There are three main ways to be outed as an agnostic in Alcoholics Anonymous. 1. By sharing as John's friend did. 2. By removing the word God from the 12-step program of recovery. In 1939, the words "as we understood him" were added to God in the suggested 12 steps. Today, for many non-believers, that compromise is not enough. The word God is removed while the intent of the step is maintained. 3. By declining to recite the Lord's Prayer at the end of an AA meeting. Some readers will be familiar with the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, which was for some time the official United States policy on homosexuals serving in the military. The policy prohibited discriminating against or harassing closeted homosexual or bisexual service members, while barring openly gay or lesbian persons from military service. The Don't Tell part of the policy meant that if you didn't let on that you were a gay or a lesbian, then you could still be a member in good standing of the armed forces. If you admitted you were a homosexual, however, then you were kicked out. The Don't Ask part meant that nobody could ask you if you were a gay or a lesbian, or even a bisexual, and the top brass couldn't investigate to find out. They couldn't go to your home, ask your friends, or follow you to bars or meetings. There doesn't appear to be a Don't Ask part in this policy in AA. A rumor circulated in the Toronto area that there was a new AA group in Richmond Hill, which, although it read the traditional 12 steps of AA, also shared an interpretation of some of the steps without the God word. 4 self-appointed AA police officers decided to investigate and showed up at a Widening Our Gateway meeting on Sunday, November 20, 2011, and sure enough, they concluded there was evidence of tampered steps. A month later, on December 20, one of these detectives presented a motion at Intergroup that Widening Our Gateway be suspended from intergroup membership for changing the steps. The motion will be voted on at the next intergroup meeting. Meanwhile, back in the United States military, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy finally came to an end on September 20, 2011. It took a while for the new rules to take effect, but on December 21, in an article headlined, "Gay Navy Couple Torpedo Don't Ask, Don't Tell with First Kiss," the San Diego News reported on an historic moment. Petty Officer Marissa Gaeta and her partner, Sitalik Snell, became the first gay couple in Navy history to share the first kiss moment when the Navy ship USS Oak Hill returned from Central America. The news further reported that Gaeta told a gaggle of reporters, quote, "It's something new, that's for sure. It's nice to be able to be myself. It's been a long time coming," end quote. Will the don't tell policy at AA meetings ever come to an end? Of course. AA as a fellowship will meet this new challenge, or, as Joe, a founding member of an agnostic AA group, put it, quote, "My bold prediction is that if AA doesn't accommodate change and diversify, our 100th anniversary will be a fellowship of men and women with the same stature and relevance as the Mennonites, charming, harmless, and irrelevant," end quote. Remember, everything is always impossible until, well, it turns out to be both possible and normal. Look at the picture of Marissa and Sitalik again. It's been a long time coming, but non-believers will yet have a place in the rooms of AA. In the meantime, for God's sake, don't tell. For the original print version of this article, The Don't Tell Policy in AA by Roger C., simply visit the website aagnostica.org and search for The Don't Tell Policy in AA, dated January 5, 2012. This audio presentation was recorded February 24, 2017. For more audio versions of our articles and stories, simply visit our YouTube channel.